Now to major developments from the White House. Just days after the release of that bombshell book, Fire and Fury, that claimed some closest to the president have questioned the president's fitness to lead, an extremely rare event playing out on television today. Reporters and cameras invited into a bipartisan meeting on immigration playing out for 55 minutes on television, showing America the president at work. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl was in the room.
Today, the president, still dealing with fallout over a book portraying him as dim-witted and unstable, made a dramatic effort to show the opposite, leading a freewheeling negotiation between Democrats and Republicans on immigration, and, in a White House first, letting it all play out before the television cameras.
There should be a bill of love. Truly, it should be a bill of love.
At issue, the looming March 5th deadline for the so-called Dreamers, undocumented immigrants who were brought into the country as children and now could soon face deportation.
It's DACA. We've been talking about DACA for a long time.
Everybody in the room seemed to agree on providing legal status to the Dreamers, but Republicans insisted that more border security had to be part of the deal. Democrats tried to convince the president to deal with the Dreamers first, and at times he seemed to agree.
What about a clean DACA bill now, and with a commitment that we go into a comprehensive immigration reform procedure like we did back, I remember when Kennedy was here.
I have no problem. I think that's basically what Dick is saying. We're going to come out with DACA. We're going to do DACA, and then we can start immediately on the phase 2, which would be comprehensive.
Would you be agreeable to that?
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Mr. President, you need to be clear, though. I think what Senator Feinstein's asking here, when we talk about just DACA, we don't want to be back here 2 years later. You have to have security, as the Secretary would tell you.
But I think that's what she's saying.
Other times, the president seemed to insist the deal must include his border wall.
Is there any agreement without the wall?
No, there wouldn't be.
The wall has to be there.
You need it. John, you need the wall. I mean, it's wonderful. I'd love not to build the wall, but you need the wall.
The president also seemed to push for comprehensive immigration reform, something most conservatives and Trump supporters have been dead set against for years.
I'll take all the heat you want to give me, and I'll take the heat off both the Democrats and the Republicans. My whole life has been heat. I like heat in a certain way.
Some of the Republicans in the room asked the president to clarify where he stands.
You have created an opportunity here, Mr. President, and you need to close the deal.
But the president said it is up to Congress to work out the details, signaling he wants a deal even if it's not a perfect one.
If they come to me with things that I'm not in love with, I'm going to do it because I respect them. I will be signing it.
So let's get to John Karl live in Washington. John, you've spent years covering the White House. You were in that room. What's the White House trying to accomplish here?
Well, first of all, David, this was the president's decision. He told his staff that he was going to do it just as they were going into the meeting. It's an effort to show a president that is in charge and able to work with Democrats, something, David, that he simply has to do now that the Republican majority in the Senate is down to 1 seat.
And John, while we have you, there was also news late today about the president's former chief strategist, Steve Bannon, who was often quoted in that book, Fire and Fury, criticizing the president and his family. We know the president has now cut him off, and tonight he's out at Breitbart as well.
He is out, David. He infuriated the White House, infuriated the president, who now calls him Sloppy Steve. He tried to issue a mea culpa, but that was an apology that simply was not accepted in Trump world.
John Karl at the White House tonight.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.